Right. Hey friends. So, a lot has happened, and when I say a lot, I do mean a lot. First of all, I finished the third canto, and honestly, it was peak. It was really good. The final boss took me 2 tries, but luckily I didn't have to like leave the dungeon. I just like tried a second time, and then with better strats and whatever, I managed to beat her. Dude, the boss fight was so good with like the music and the lyrics around. Like, oh my god, it was so good. It was very difficult too. However, it was a little more difficult than it should have been because I was using Sinclair, and I didn't know there was a mechanic that nerfs Sinclair. So my Sinclair was like automatically losing every clash, and that was very tough. But yeah, so I swipe. I'm gonna be honest. Now I never said I would be free to play. I don't really do free to play on like any of the games I play. I don't swipe a lot, just a little bit. So what exactly did I swipe? So I bought some lunacy, like this pack, so that I could buy a pack worth 2.5k lunacy, I believe. That gave me a 10 pull with a guaranteed 3-star, as well as some like uptie and level thingy. And then I bought like a second thing worth around this much, like $20, for 50 pulls. So the 10 pull with a guaranteed 3-star that I got from the lunacy package, I first spent here. And I immediately got Fire Fist off his Gregor. So this was kind of like the reason I wanted to pull here, because this character is extremely cool looking, and apparently also kind of a generalist. Not apparently, he pretty much is. I've been using him, and he has been carrying me. Then, because I already had him, and I didn't really care about this Don Quixote's identity, I spent the rest on the Faust one. So I spent the 50 pulls that I had, as well as some other pulls that I had because of lunacy. Like I spent a decent amount of lunacy. Free lunacy mostly. To pull here. And I got, I believe, 3 characters out of this. 3 identities, sorry. So, let's get to it. First of all, Gregor. I used my free uptie 4 from the anniversary on him. And I don't regret a thing. This character is so cool. So his third skill, first of all, it does like a shit ton of damage. And if you use it like below 50 fuel, it does a ton of damage. But there's a voice line where he like screams, as well as like he puts on a mask, and that scream sounds through the mask. It's unbelievably cool. Like this dude aura farms like 24/7. I love it. The story for him was also amazing. I loved it. It was pretty short, but just in those few minutes of dialogue, I was like, holy shit, this is cool. I also got 2 Fausts. I got the one who grips, and this burn Faust. So here's where like decision making starts coming in, right? I could go for like invest in this Faust and then replace my current Sinclair or this one, which is apparently pretty good as well and has pretty good synergy with Grip Faust. Because he loses SP, but he doesn't want to go minus 45, because then he goes crazy. So the Faust kind of stops that from happening. I could invest in those 2. And then because this Sinclair does a little bit of burn, he's also helping my Gregor a little bit. Alternatively, I could invest on this burn Faust which, you know, she's pretty good. However, I have an issue with it. So she kills herself, right? She like dead nukes herself to like do a ton of damage and applies a ton of burn. Which, yeah, it's fun, it's strong, sure. But this would mean that I would have to invest in a character that, you know, replaces her in battle whenever she kills herself. So investing in her would mean investing in like another kind of, you know, dead unit that I wouldn't even use most of the time. Alternatively, I could play her to avoid her killing herself, and then I sort of just use her to apply more burn. But I don't think that would be, first of all, that fun, and I don't think it would be that strong either. However, it is an option, and I would be down to build like a full burn team. I think that sounds really fun. Next, I also got this Butler Otis, who does a bunch of syncing. And I think syncing is a pretty cool idea, where it's like a DOT that takes away sanity. And then when there's no sanity, it's basically rupture, I think it's how it works. Or maybe it's more of a bleed. I'd have to like look that up exactly how it works. However, a little like I'm pretty sure any boss doesn't have sanity. So I don't think she has a passive. Yeah. This 10% more damage, like passive, would not work, apparently. However, she does heal some sanity, which is cool. So because I have this Otis, which is apparently pretty decent, I could use her with this Ishmael identity that I'm gonna get tomorrow for the anniversary stuff, which I initially said she was like more of a tremor character. However, I misread these things. She doesn't apply tremor or like very little tremor. She gains it, which means she applies tremor on herself and then spends it to apply fragile, right? So I don't know how consistent that is. But the point is that she is mostly apparently a sinking character. So if I get her, I do have Otis to do that synergy with. So that's potentially another like synergy that I could do. Now I have a couple of options apart from that. So what I could do is do the Grip Faust, Grip Sinclair duo with Gregor, and then on top of that have Ishmael and Otis just doing their syncing stuff, like on top of it. So I'd be doing like burn and sync. And that's probably pretty good. I would have to again do more research. However, I would kind of hate to bench him. It kind of sucks, but he's mostly like more of a bleed character. Something like a, well, doesn't inflict much bleed, but he uses bleed to, you know, like be tanky or whatever. I'd kind of hate to bench him. However, I know that 6 character battles are coming soon, because currently I'm again in chapter like 3 going into chapter 4. Apparently starting from like chapter 5 or something, instead of 5 character battles, it's gonna be 6. So maybe my 6th one could just be this, or maybe this Rodion that has been kind of carrying me for a while. So those are all my options for now. You know, those are all my options. Another reason that I pulled on the Faust banner is because I can use Faust's ego shards to get I think it's here, to get fluid sac, which is apparently an extremely good ego for like the early game, and then also just really good for the end game. So I have 200 shards out of 400, and I don't think there's any other Faust identities that I would want currently. So I would just aim for this. There is one more Faust ID that looks kind of interesting, the multi-crack one. Let me like for her here, yeah. Apparently she's pretty good, but again, it's a character that just kind of works on her own, and I don't want too many characters that are very independent, because I do want my characters to have some synergy. I think that makes the game more fun. So that's kind of my setup right now, and my thoughts and like options right now. I do still have this to take a character up to 50 and up to tier 4 on the uptie. However, if I use this before I reach Kanto 6, my identity would only go up to level 40. Because apparently I have to reach Kanto 6 to unlock level 50. So I'm gonna, I think, wait to use this. Or maybe I don't wait and I just say fuck it, right? And then same with this level boost ticket. I could just use them and say fuck it, and then just, you know, worry about XP later. But yeah, those are all my characters right now. And damn, what else? I've been doing mirror dungeons. The normal mirror dungeons are, gonna be completely honest, they're not that interesting. They are very easy. But I've been doing them because they're extremely rewarding, and I do want to progress my battle pass. It's currently at 42. I have no idea when it ends, but I'm hoping I can at least make it to 100, I believe. Because at 100, you get a guaranteed Season 5 3-star. And out of the Season 5 3-stars so far, honestly, I think all of them are good, if I'm not mistaken. No idea what this one does. Barber. It's like a bleed. Yeah, a lot of Season 5 is bleed. Apparently this Gregor is really good. And apparently this... I think it's Don Quixote, yeah. Apparently this is like one of the best units in the game right now. So if I do get my battle pass up to 100, that would give me more options. And more options are always good. So the idea is to just have a team that, you know, works, that has a handful of like high tiers. And I think I already have enough identities for that. So from now on, the deal would just be grind a ton of thread and XP. I have to do this like right now. Thread and XP so that I can take, you know, 5 or 6 characters to level 40 or 50. Farm enough thread to get them all to uptie 3 or 4. Apparently, Grip Sinclair doesn't gain almost anything from uptie 4, so I would just take him to uptie 3. But yeah, that's kind of the deal for now. So I don't know if I should do the Grape Faust, Grape Sinclair combo. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Or if I should just go for the Burn Faust. Because if I do go for the Burn Faust, I would just keep using this Sinclair. And I wouldn't have to build the other from scratch. Right? Which would take out a lot of resources, of course. And then for the sinking stuff, I would have to take Otis and Ishmael up from scratch. And it probably wouldn't, they probably won't be that good unless they're update 3. So I'm gonna have to like grind a ton. Or again, just say freak it and just use this and, you know, waste the levels from it. I can probably keep this though, so just, yeah. So this would like completely eliminate the grind for one character, so that's a pretty good bonus to have. But yeah, tomorrow I get the Ishmael, and then I think I should just decide soon what to do, commit, use my resources, and then keep rushing through the story. Well, rushing as in focusing mostly on it, because I've been taking it very slow. But if I commit and I like take a character like really high, I can definitely just focus on story and get pretty far before needing to invest more, right? So that's pretty much my situation, my account situation for my characters. I'm gonna do this while I yap, so there's something going on the screen. So I've learned a couple things regarding combat as well. First of all, I understand a little better what speed does. I've never fought this thing, I don't think. So speed, you know, makes it so like determines the order that your characters go. However, enemies also have speed, and you can use faster allies to clash with slower enemies that were targeting somebody else. So let's say Sinclair, who this Sinclair focuses a lot on speed and, you know, clashing on whatever. He's very fast, so I can use him to make sure that, like in a boss fight, that I'm protecting the weaker units, right? So if someone's low HP and they're gonna fail a clash, instead of just defending, I can instead make sure Sinclair targets the specific attack that's targeting the low HP unit, so that it doesn't have to defend, and then, you know, it doesn't die. So that was speed. Then I learned a little bit more about like coin power and stuff. Okay, so what does he do? I still don't know. He's just attacking. I learned that I learned exactly why sometimes you want to have less coins. First of all, if an enemy has bleed, you want to have less coins because that means you're like getting bled less. Then skills with low coins usually have higher base values, which means when you're low on sanity, they are more likely to win clashes because their base value is just higher. And I think that's why Grip Sinclair is so good. Because I believe he is a character that wants to go negative on sanity and has like extremely high base values because he's like always gonna lose the coins, right? What else? What else? Damn, I can't remember off the top of my head. I remember there was something else. Oh, there was a attack weight, I believe. What the hell? Oh, for a sinner? What is this fight? Lost the plant. I mean, isn't this an automatic win? Oh, it's crazy. Oh, he lost it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this fight in the story yet. Let's see, what do I do here? So this guy's targeting Sinclair, and Sinclair's not targeting him. But maybe, like... let's see. Who's getting targeted twice? Nobody. Yeah, so this guy just hits me. It just gets to hit me for free. Maybe I can stagger it. I feel like I should invest in this Heathcliff, but again, if I'm doing like synergies, he doesn't really seem to fit anywhere. Which is fine, right? Like generalists are a big deal in this game apparently, but again, I'm not sure I want to play only generalists, right? I think having one or two is fine. Okay, so why is Faust struggling? Well, she's like level 18, bro. Like, she's gonna struggle. Yeah, they seem to have some sort of buff. So let's see, this is a base power of 2 with 4 coin power. So it can roll a maximum of 10. And the enemy has a base of 2, but a coin power of 7. But because it has that buff... What? How does that work? In the base 2? Why is its minimum rolled 7? That's weird. Click one bleed, count next turn. I don't know. I mean, she could technically win. Oh, she's 0 sanity. Oh, that's why she's struggling. Okay. That makes more sense. Maybe I can switch the targeting around. Like, this guy's unopposed. Okay, which is the one? It's this one, right? But because she's faster, she's gonna be the one clashing. Maybe I can defend with her. And then do this. No, it's still unopposed. I can defend something else. Like this and this. No, it's still unopposed. I don't know how this works. I can't get this to clash. Okay, this one. I mean, that's what it was on. Yeah, I mean, I still have a long way to go. Clearly, there's still things I don't understand. I think that right there was a speed issue. Because Faust was faster, she had priority on, like, the clash, I think. So I couldn't get Sinclair to, like, clash for her. But now because she's the slowest, I think I can do it now. This is neutral. I can probably ego make it not neutral. The top enemy, right? Dominating, yeah. Yeah, I'll just do this. So yeah, I got some comments from people saying the game was easy. Which I did address on my first video. I did say this game was complicated, but also not, because of the win rate button, right? And like, it's true, if you just grind XP and upties and you just keep pressing the win rate button, you don't really have to learn how the game works. However, that's not what I wanna do, right? It's fine if I do it for a little bit, because I'm still learning, right? However, I don't want to, like, cheese too much, right? Who's she getting attacked by? Him. I don't want to cheese too much. I don't want to properly learn the game, so that when I am at the end game, I can actually, like, use my brain and make my own teams and stuff. And like, I want to feel like I'm winning fights because I am sort of paying attention, right? Which is kind of the feeling that I got on the final boss of Kanto 3. Like I said, I had to retry. The first attempt I lost, I got washed. But then I did it again. I learned up, I read up on the mechanics a little bit. And then I managed to beat her, right? I think I didn't even lose any of my sinners either. So that was cool. That was a really cool feeling. That, as well as like the presentation of the boss fight, made it like a very memorable experience. So the commenters that said, "Oh, the game is so easy, like it's not the hardest," it's like, well, that's not really the point, right? The point is that it's complicated, and that if I wanna like master it, I do have to like read up a lot and, you know, experiment a lot, and that makes it a lot harder than others, right? Because I've played a lot of Star Rail, for example. I've been like full clearing Star Rail for months, like the 3 endgames that they have, and it's a way more simple game than this. It's extremely simple, right? So it's like, yeah, when I say it's the hardest, I mean that the other gacha games are extremely easy. They're not meant to really be complicated games, which is why like I really appreciate this game a lot now that I've started to like understand it. And I think there was one more comment that I wanted to address that I got. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Let me open up YouTube real quick to remember. Oh, true. They dropped a trailer today. Apparently there's like a Ryoshu and an Otis identity coming out. They look pretty cool, but I hope they're, you know, good. Let's see. These are the easy comments. Sorry if I'm not showing anything on the screen. Oh yeah, there's somebody that commented that they're doing a challenge run with only the base IDs. I think that's an extremely cool idea. Oh, it was just like the syncing thing. Yeah. Sorry, that's me being like stupid and dumb. But yeah, I don't know exactly how good syncing is, if it is good at all. So yeah, I'd like to hear some recommendations from people, maybe some tips, maybe some like I don't know, maybe call me an idiot for what I've been doing so far. I think I've been doing fine. I might have wasted a couple resources here and there. But I think, I mean, I've done my best and I've learned a lot so far and I've had a lot of fun, and I'll keep going for sure. I don't know at all what the endgame looks like, so I'm excited to be sort of surprised by it. I know it's this mode right here that I have to clear the last chapter for, but I don't know what happens within this game mode, right? I haven't seen anything about it. So even though I've been looking at a lot of guides and stuff, maybe I'll try to avoid looking up what this is, so that I can try to reach it and try to beat it myself without like guides and stuff. So yeah, I think that's it for now. Then the video after this one will probably be like a handful of days, maybe like a week, because I just don't really know how many more things I can talk about before I reach like a much higher chapter in the story, right? But yeah, that's it for now. Peace.